Upon letting in this barrage of visitors,
さシュバ
where'd this come from? Ellison dove for the side of my bed the second she came in.
なんでもない。気にせずともよい。恐れ多くもシルビー様を招いた部屋の一番目につくところに合法ロリーテの秘密の遊びという本などあるわけがない。
Ah, crap. It wasn't contaminated or anything, but I hadn't tidied up my porn collection yet. The only one who ever came in here was Helena after all.
これが殿方のオーラの部屋なんだ。漫画とゲームばかり。低俗な部屋ですわね。何か高尚な趣味の一つもございませんの？いいじゃないミナ。肩肘を張らない、いつでも自然体がオーラの魅力よ。あら？これは何かしら？
Ah. Sylvie picked up the box I had left beside my computer. There was only one reason a relaxed guy like myself would go out of his way to use a computer in this era of smartphones.
なんだか女の子がいっぱい書いてあるわね。これはゲーム？どんなゲームですの？
Well, let me see. It's about a guy who can see angel and devil wings, and he becomes entangled in political intrigue with a royal family, and in his service to the church, him doing some serious soul searching. And it's teeming with titties.
じゃあこっちは？
That's a game where a group of young men and women are tormented by the 7 deadly sins, who are reincarnated in the modern day, and they have to confront their own natures and destinies. And it's teeming with titties.
へえ、オーラは素敵な趣味を持っているのね。
Sylvie looked at the cover and smiled sweetly. Mina-chan flipped it, looked at the back cover, and went rigid. Games like these typically had pristine-looking cover art on the front, but were covered in tits on the back.
どうかしたミナ？なんでもありませんわ。綺麗な表紙ですわね、お姉様。さあね。もし私がこんなゲームの表紙になるなら、綺麗に描いてほしいわね。
ところでシルビー様、ご覧ください。市松殿と来たらこんなにもカップ麺を買い込んで。
まあ、以前いただいた豚の親戚ね。メロンパンもいいけど、これも美味しいのよね。カップ麺、聞いたことありますわ。お湯を投入するだけで調理が完成するというガラパゴス民族日本人の生み出した未知の食物。試させなさいの視線。
Yes, yes, help yourself.
今日のお昼もカップラーメンね。
You haven't eaten yet? It was just short of 2 p.m.
食べたわよ。
Her face screamed, "What of it?" Oh yeah, wasn't she the type who could fit a whole cosmos in her stomach? She'd put her impressive appetite on display back at our tea party. Okay, I'll get it ready. Give me 3 minutes.
早いとは聞いたけれど、3分で用意ができるの？まさか。ゲロ、たばかるのはおよし遊ばせ？
You can make it in that time though.
誓いますわね。では3分以内に用意なさい。できなければ刑罰を与えますわ。
3 minutes after the water is boiled, that is. Anyhow, give me a few minutes. Heroina-kun, please set up while I cook.
了解した。
Ellison wiped down the table to make the princesses feel welcome. And while wiping it down, she also went out of her way to hide the adult-oriented video games that were sitting nearby.
どうしてシルビア様があんなまだ巨船の住んでないオスのもとへ？大丈夫。カバリロさんもいたし、危険はない。でもどうしてクルスクラウン様が？ 一般庶民の生態研究とかでしょうか。市松先輩とお姫様たちクラスが同じだそうですから、普通に仲良しなんじゃないですか。そんなわけないでしょ。あの美しいシルビア様があんな巨船も住んでないオスと。あのお姫様まで懐いてる。茜の話も聞いてると本当に普通の男子みたいだし、やっぱ彼悪いことは思えないけどね。美味しかったわ、カップラーメン。鶏白湯スープ、聞かぬ名ですがなかなかに侮れぬ味わいですわね。
There are lots of chicken-based soups flooding the market lately.
豚骨と似てるけど私こっちのが好き。
Tonkotsu cup noodles is just a thick soup with lard in it. Can't you tell how much nicer this one is with its lack of oddly excessive oil?
これがカップ麺。初めて食べましたが不思議です。お湯をかけるだけであれだけの味が出せるなんて。
そうなのよ、すごいでしょ。
Sylvie seemed oddly proud, even though she'd had her first bowl of cup noodles only recently.
日本、やはり侮れませんわね。お姉様についてきて正解でしたわ。ねえ、一緒に日本に来てよかったでしょ、みんな。はい。
The sisters were all smiles. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask them about that. You two really are sisters, huh?
ええ、みなは私の可愛い妹よ。
They didn't look too alike if you asked me, but they were apparently full-fledged siblings. As far as their hair color and whatnot went, perhaps their genetics were complicated. They were apparently royalty and all. Well, not that I was about to stick my nose into that subject. Sisters sure are nice. I wish I had a cute little sister.
何オーロ、妹属性？
Type doesn't really matter to me.
こんなに可愛い妹、羨ましいでしょ？
Super jealous. Actually, one of my life goals is to have a cute little sister call me Uni-chan.
みなでよければいつでも叶うわよ。ねえみな、オーロのことお兄ちゃんって呼んであげて。お兄ちゃん？兄ですの？身分を恐れず私の兄を名乗るということは、それすなわちシスア家、ひいてはソルティレージュの王室血縁に異議を唱えるに等しく、国家反逆罪に相当しますが。
I'll look for another little sister.
賢明です。
Anything royalty related went way over my head. Do you have any siblings, Ellie-san? Little sisters or brothers, I mean. I only asked, given the flow of the conversation, but Ellie-san stiffened up for some reason. Even Sylvie's expression had turned a bit stuffy. Could this be...
おりません。私に妹はおりません。
Is that so? The room suddenly went silent. What's with this weird mood? Did I ask something I shouldn't have? So, why'd we go out again?
足日焼けしたくないのに。
We headed back outside after lunch.
今日ここに来たのはこちらが本命ですわ。ほら、前に始球式に出ると言ったでしょ。あれの練習をしようと思うの。野球ってやったことがないから。
Yeah.
始球式の練習、投げるだけでしょ。
それでもいいのですが、野球は日本の国民的スポーツ。こちらも知っている体で投げた方が見ている側には喜ばれます。
Royalty sure had it rough.
あのね、ノーパン投球、ノーパンで投げるのがかっこいいと聞いたの。だから私絶対そのノーパンがやりたいの。ノーパンのために練習したいの。
Oh, it's not free ball, it's fast ball. you want to do a fastball pitch. Free balling means you're pitching without wearing underwear, and it would be a waste of time to practice. In fact, you'd probably get more attention if you just flopped over on the field.
ケロお姉様にパンツを脱げですって
Sylvie's the one who said it. Open your ears.
ノーバンはともかくシルビー様が妙に張り切ってしまい事前練習をすることになったのですが、いかんせん我々は皆野球を知らない。
Their country apparently had zero baseball culture.
それで市松殿にご助力いただけたらと思うのだが。
Elson asked me in a low-key manner. チェ。
あなた野球に詳しいんですの？え、そうなん？
Huh. Yeah, more or less. It was a regular part of my PE classes. There was no need to delve further into it when this was just to pitch for a season opening ceremony. I'll help if it's just for practice. Do you have the equipment?
グローブとボールはあるわ。バットというのも必要ならすぐ持ってきてくれるけれど。
Nah, what you have is fine. You'll be in good shape as long as you can launch the ball 20 meters away. Come here. I headed to a spot about 20 meters away from Sylvie. This should be about right. I took a seat. Try throwing it to me.
ちょうど20メートルの距離を取りましたわね。もう草にしちゃすごいね。見ただけでわかるんだ、あんなの。
体が覚えているのでしょう。元捕手だそうです。
Oh, he was?
行くわよ。
Whoosh! The ball passed over my head and flew somewhere far off in the distance.
あら？
こーら！誰じゃボールを投げたのは！
おお、日本の空き地、かっこ土管が3つ置いてあるタイプのってよく見られる光景。
日本ではよくこんなことが？
昭和の頃はね、声優交代後の新アニメ版じゃ教育に良くないってことで野球するときは河原に行くようになってるそうだけど。
What anime are they talking about? I was afraid of her breaking a window. However, since Sylvie was the one who had thrown the ball, we weren't reprimanded for it and were told to be careful instead. Sylvie, we've learned that you have one hell of a pitch. Even though it was her first time, she'd thrown it about 40 meters. I bet she could set school records for farthest pitch if she tried.
シルビーって何気に運動神経抜群だよね。王室の人間は生まれた瞬間、あらゆる素養を学ぶことが義務付けられます。その中には当然運動や基礎体力も含まれますわ。
Despite her spacey personality, she was incredible. Still, there's no need to throw it so far. Me, throw it at me, okay?
そんな当たったりしたら。
Do hit me, it's okay. I'll make sure to catch it. Once again, I put 20 meters between us. This time, Sylvie gave it some thought and tossed it in my direction. Bop, bop. What happened to all that energy from before? The ball bounced a number of times before slowly rolling toward me. However, this would work. Just like that. Throw it a little harder next time. There was no need to teach Sylvie to catch, so I rolled the ball back to her. The ball began to bounce fewer times than before. She had good enough of a shoulder on her to reach me from the very start. Once she adjusted... Good, that's the way. It reached me without bouncing. Yeah, that's it. One more time. I rolled it back. And when she threw it again... You've got excellent reflexes. Once she got the hang of it, she never missed again. We tried it out 5 minutes or so, but she never threw another ground ball.
やったわ。
これで心置きなく始球式に出られますね。
Oh, and with that, we're about halfway done. The most complicated part of the opening ceremonies is what comes next. Elsan, come here a second. I stepped 20 meters away again and had Elsan stand beside me. Stay there, just like that. You don't need to do anything. Just step to the side if you think the ball is going to hit you. Sylvie, once more. Sylvie gave it another throw and sent the ball flying into the distance. Whoop! I figured this would happen, so I stood up and retrieved it.
急に乱れたね。お姉様、どうかされまして？その。
It's because Elsan was standing there, right? You thought you were going to hit her with a ball.
そう。怖くて。
自分などお気になさることありませんのに。
だって。
That's how human psychology works. It's the same in basketball, actually. A player's accuracy can drop as much as 50%, even when they normally make 80% of their free throws. You'll realize this if you watch footage of a season opening game, but most people will veer away from where the batter is standing, even when they know the batter's job is to whiff the shot. On that note, let's practice again with the batter in place. That's alright. If you keep at it like you were before, you will adjust in no time.
エル、危なかったらちゃんと避けてね。
はい。
She corrected her pitch. The mere addition of a single batter caused her to falter. This divergence even disrupted her depth perception, and she threw nothing but ground balls. This would likely be difficult to correct. Well, we just take the time to give it a go.
野球というゲーム、なかなか奥が深いですわね。だね。キャッチボールでもバッターがいるとあんなになるんだ。知らなかった。あら？日本人なのに野球知りませんでしたの？日本人でも8割にとっては太ったおっちゃんがブンブンバット振り回してアウトだセーフだ言ってるだけのイメージだよ、野球なんて。まあソルティレージュもフェンシングやスカッシュが盛んですが、ルールを知ってる者は少ないですわね。残る2割もうち半分はルールを知ってるって程度。バッターがいるとどうなるみたいな話、残る1割の何人くらいが知ってることか。あんなに詳しかったんだ、オーロ。どう？オーロ。
Perfect. She could now land a solid 10 shots into my glove in a row, even with Elsan standing beside me. If you keep this up, then you'll be in perfect shape for the opening ceremony. Maybe too perfect. They might be happier if your ball was a little further off. It was great that I helped her practice, but I may have gone a bit overboard.
ありがとう、オーロ。なんとかノーパンでできそうよ。
Fastball, you mean?
結局お休みなのにまたオーロの一日をもらっちゃったわね。
She said while gazing at the already setting sun. I took care of everyone on my agenda this morning, so don't sweat it. My quote-unquote lazy Saturday had been anything but, and I was surrounded by non-stop beauties.
楽しかったわ。やっぱりオーロといられると本当に楽しい。そうだ、オーロ。どうせだから始球式も来てみない？
Huh?
式の後ね、観戦も頼まれているのだけど、ルールも知らない競技だからどうしようと思ってたの。明日の夕方5時からよ。オーロがいてくれると嬉しいわ、楽しいわ。ルールも教えてくれそうだし。ねえエル、関係者ということで招けるわよね。
招けますが、なりません。年の近い異性と共に観戦などマスコミに騒がれます。ましてやこの野球の試合は全国に中継されるとのこと。ソルティレージュ王室全体が混乱します。
別に2人で観戦するわけじゃないわ。隣にはボラルコーチやエキスナもいるんだし。
なりません。
お友達なのに。
それは結構。しかし表に出す真似はおやめください。
ねえねえ、私も行きたいって言ったらどうなる？
妃殿なら少々装いをおとなしくしていただきますが。
よかった。まあ野球興味ないけど。
しかし申し訳ありませんが、市松殿は厳禁です。
Elsa shook her head decisively. I never said I wanted to go in the first place, though. Well, she was probably just thinking of what was best for her highness, like the diligent lady she was, but I keep my comments to myself.
エル、前から思ってたけど、オーロのことが嫌いなの？
嫌いとかそういう問題では。
オーロはすごく楽しくていい人よ。ね、レイナ。面白いよね。おもろ。
Is that a compliment?
姉様からは90点。レイナさんからは75点といった評価ですわね。胸を張りなさいな。ねえエル、オーロのこと嫌い？
好き嫌いで分ける相手ではありません。
Elsan gave the best reply a princess's guard could provide, but Sylvie didn't seem pleased.
わかった。じゃあ始球式に呼ぶのは諦めるわ。ごめんなさい、オーロ。
Yeah. Come on, I seriously never even said I wanted to go.
結構です。では。
ただし。
はい。
エルの態度は問題よ。私の大切なお友達であるオーロ、好きでも嫌いでもないなんて。
それは私はシルビー様のこの絵として。
エルも私の大事なお友達よ。お友達とお友達、仲良くしてほしいわ。
Sylvie's comments were selfish, but Elsan, her official guard and imperial knight, did falter when she was called her precious friend.
こうしましょう。
はい。
ねえオーラ、明日も日曜で休みでしょ。明日もう一日私に付き合ってくれないかしら。
Sure, I guess. I could use it as an excuse to kill time.
よし。命令よ、エル。明日はオーロとデートしてきなさい。
Nani? Huh?
おやおや。一日オーロを楽しませるのよ。終わったらオーロに点数つけてもらうわ。80点以上で合格。
Hey, Sylvie, you're being really pushy about this.
オーロはエルに任せておけばいいから大丈夫よ。明日一日は私にくれるのよね。
Good. Her getting me to commit to our outing in advance hurt. Well, okay, let's assume I'll spare a day. What should I do?
オーロはそのままでいいのよ。そのままでいればエルのことも楽しませてくれるわ。
No pressure then, got it.
はい、じゃあ決定。明日頑張ってね、エル。お待ちください、姫様。私は今日は帰りましょうか。みんな、帰りに何か食べたいものある？カップ麺とやら気になりますわ。買っていきましょう。賛成。シルビー様。
The three of them headed home.
いやー、オーロの人生っておもろいよね。
Give me a break. I know, Elena, tomorrow.
明日はこのピアス、友達に見せびらかすんだ。
Oh, I'd wound up with some outrageous plans at the very last second. A date with Elsan. A date